like and subscribe for 1000 years of good luck. What was the dumbest rumor spread about you? That I was dead. Was late getting back to uni, so my buddies decided it'd be funny to tell people I'd been killed in Europe. The story started with killed in an accident and blossomed to got a girl pregnant. Wouldn't marry her. Decided to marry her. Killed in an accident. One girl I knew actually believed it and cried when we bumped into each other. Had no idea she cared. I went camping with my family for a long weekend in university as my Friday and Monday classes were cancelled. I lived on campus, so I checked out with the admin desk duty that day. When I came back, I had people I barely knew coming up and asking me if I was okay and wanted to talk. The head of student services called me into her office and tried to get me to open up about what had happened and where I was getting my money. My roommate told everyone she had seen me leave with a sketchy looking much older man who introduced himself as my pimp, and that I had told her that I was pregnant, and said older man found in a legal abortion clinic across the border. It was a big deal. They even had a floor-wide discussion about it in my dorm and no one expected to see me back. At the time I had just turned 18 and was a virgin. Also, I never had any money and spent like 90% of my time in the library or my dorm room. So I never did understand why anyone would believe that rumor. That my parents were drug dealers and they involved me in selling drugs at my elementary school. What actually happened was that I gave my friends $1 each from my lunch money so we could all buy cookies. Somehow the rumor spread all the way to the principal, so he dragged me to his office and lectured me about not giving my money away in front of other people. Could have been worse. The principal could have dragged you into his office to hook a brother up. That I have 3 testicles. Do you? Come on guys, he obviously has 4. I stole this pair from a Japanese guy in an earthquake. When I was 21 and in college, I worked with a boy who was a senior in high school. His girlfriend broke up with him about 2 weeks before prom for another guy. I offered to go with him. The girl was dumped by her new boyfriend a few days before prom and wanted my coworker to take her to prom, but he said no, as he was going with an older woman. At prom, I was quite the topic of conversation. This girl had come by our store when I was working, and she and her friend told everyone I was a B*TCH who had multiple children with multiple baby daddies. I don't even go here. Anyway, prom was nice, dinner before was great, and after the dance I went home, alone, and had many legal drinks in my child-free house. That I was gay. I like girls, but you never see me with one, because girls don't like me. Honestly, you don't see me with guys either. I love how, if you don't get laid by 12 you're gay. That I told my entire preschool class that Santa wasn't real. It was actually a different kid with the same first name as me, and I hadn't even been there when it happened. So I learned the truth about Claus from my enraged and screaming mother calling me a liar. I am now 32, and I still hate Christmas. This reminds me of when I took my sister to build a bear and the shop assistant mentioned something about Santa's gift coming early this year and my sister blurted out, "But Santa isn't real," with a stone cold serious face. In middle school, some sub that no one knew that looked like an arc pulled me from class because of a family issue, walked me out of the school to my mom. Somehow this turned into the sub being a cop and it being a cop car, and I was in trouble for something. One rumor a few weeks later was that I had gotten in trouble for bringing tons of huge guns to school or something. I was like, guys, I'm still at school. I told you what happened. Kids are ruthless in middle school. I only escaped that by having no friends. I was once sick for an entire week of 9th grade. Somehow it spread that I went to Hawaii. Even a teacher made a comment. I have no idea how the that started, and nobody would tell me why they thought it, because they thought I was just being cheeky by denying it to win their right mind would deny going to Hawaii. That doesn't make much sense. Someone in an affair with a Hawaiian. That I gave my boyfriend a hand job on the bus. I very much did not. I hadn't even seen a dick at that point in my life. It was so outrageous that the people who tried to spread it became the butt of the joke for spreading something that literally nobody would believe. Edit. This happened in college. This happened to me, except I'm the guy. First girlfriend slash childhood best friend was sleeping with her head resting against my shoulder. The substitute bus driver thought she was doing sexual acts, stopped the bus, called her to the front. That was the last time I ever saw her. Her parents pulled her out of school and sent her to live with her grandparents across the country immediately. I got suspended. I'd heard her parents wanted to press charges but nothing ever came of that, and her friends hated my guts afterwards for thinking I pressured her into it, even though we didn't do anything. A coworker told several people I was having an affair with our boss. To add to it, she said I was the one who told her about it. I'm a woman. My boss was a gay man. No, we were not having an affair. My last job there was a girl like this. The company kept her for 4 years. No one wanted to be near her because she always spread stuff and lies. I once joked about a rash on my hand saying I wanted to bite it like a dog because that's how much it itched. She reported it to the boss and I was brought in and told about it. I made it very clear that I wanted nothing to do with any of them. It was no wonder they had a high turnover rate. When I was 13 there was a rumor spreading around that I was born in Iraq, used to live in Moscow, and was a diehard gay communist that wanted to run for president and pass a law that everyone was required to have gay sex with me. Damn, your 8th grade class was well versed in controversial geopolitics. That I had mad computer skills because I was browsing Reddit at work. None of my coworkers had ever seen a website that was just text with some thumbnails instead of blinking ads covering 80% of the page. That I raped a girl at school. At the time there was drama going around that someone in my group of friends had raped this girl who was a friend of mine. Later we found out the guy our entire group hated, we'll call him Jake, actually did it and was suspended and arrested. But before that, the school was trying to figure out what happened, and Jake told the admins that I did it, and they questioned me, but couldn't pin it to me. I was the mediator of the group, so if there was an argument I was usually the middle ground, so basically everyone in our group knew it wasn't me, which kinda saved my ass. But because of that we name dropped Jake to the admins, and they ended up pinning it to him, because the girl eventually gave a description of the guy who did it, and it was Jake. That my boyfriend rapped me or pressured me. We haven't even had sex yet, we were both virgins and wanted to wait. We lived in a small town of 800, so word spread fast. And a woman wanted me to press charges against him because though he was older than me, I was actually older than him. It was stupid, but thankfully it stopped after a month. It's kinda a two-fare. My ex was spreading rumors my new girlfriend was pregnant by someone else, while my girlfriend now wife was dating a girl. Then the rumors grew to me only dating her, so the kid would have a dad. Then once we got engaged it spread to we were only getting married to save her the disgrace of having a baby out of wedlock. Here's me favorite part, the timeline. We dated for 11 months until got engaged. We were engaged for like 14 months. We had our first kid at almost 3 years of marriage. So that's quite the gestational period she had. And the kid looks a lot like me, so that's suspicious for him to be someone else's. The funniest was in high school. My classmates thought that I could blow things up with my brain. To this day I wish that were true. The worst was also in high school. I had a teacher, one I liked and trusted, stage an intervention because the rumor was that I was a lesbian, a rumor since junior high and something I never confirmed or denied, and that I was abusing my girlfriend, a friend and nothing more. To this day, the idea that this teacher I liked and respected could believe such a thing still bothers me. Her delivery was very much "you need to stop this" as opposed to "let's talk." Do you like this type of video? If so, subscribe now, like the video and turn on notifications.